Have you ever wished you could just tell your body to burn a specific type of fat? I'm not talking about just any fat, but the absolute most dangerous kind you have. Well, today we're diving into a therapy that's designed to do pretty much exactly that. Just think about that for a second. This isn't about general weight loss, which, let's be honest, can be a pretty blunt tool. We're talking about something more like a surgical strike against the internal fat that causes the biggest health problems. And believe it or not, that's no longer just a hypothetical question. It's time to meet Tesamorelin, a therapy that was literally designed for that kind of precision. So to really get how this works, we first have to understand the enemy it's built to fight. And that's the challenge of what scientists call visceral adiposity, or what you might think of as hidden fat. And this is absolutely crucial, because it turns out not all body fat is created equal. Not even close. The type of fat you have, and more importantly, where it is, makes all the difference in the world for your health. We're talking about something called visceral adipose tissue, or VAT for short. Now, this is not the fat you can pinch under your skin. Oh no. This is the really nasty stuff, packed deep inside your abdomen, literally wrapped around your vital organs like your liver and your intestines. And the difference is just night and day. Subcutaneous fat, the stuff right under your skin, is mostly just for energy storage. But visceral fat, it's a completely different beast. It's metabolically active, constantly pumping out inflammatory signals and hormones that are directly tied to some of our biggest health risks. And those health risks are serious. We're talking increased insulin resistance, widespread inflammation, and sky-high triglycerides, all classic warning signs for heart disease. It's also one of the main drivers of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So you see, this isn't about appearance. It's about getting to the root cause of metabolic chaos. So how in the world does Tesamorelin actually fight this? Well, it's not some kind of brute force attack. Instead, it acts like a smarter, more natural switch, working with your body's own systems, not against them. It's actually a pretty elegant process. Here's how it goes down. First, Tesamorelin sends a signal to your pituitary gland. The pituitary gets the message and releases your body's own natural growth hormone. And here's the magic part. That hormone then goes on a mission to specifically target that deep visceral fat and break it down. And if there's one thing to remember about how it works, it's this. This is physiologic stimulation, not hormone replacement. It's not about flooding your body with outside hormones. It's about gently prompting your body to do what it's already supposed to do. Because it mimics the body's own signaling, it can achieve this really targeted effect, burning that visceral fat, all while keeping the body's natural safety checks and feedback loops in place. It's like using a precision key instead of a hormonal sledgehammer. Okay, so the mechanism sounds brilliant, right? But does it actually work in the real world? Well, let's take a look at the evidence, from the intense scrutiny of clinical trials all the way to getting the official regulatory seal of approval. And this right here is a huge deal. Tesamorelin is officially FDA approved, specifically for a condition called HIV-associated lipodystrophy, where the body distributes fat abnormally and leads to a dangerous buildup of, you guessed it, visceral fat. And let me tell you, getting FDA approval for anything is an incredibly high bar to clear. And the results that got it there? They're pretty remarkable. In the main clinical trials, people taking Tesamorelin saw a net reduction in visceral fat of around 15 to 25% compared to those taking a placebo. And that was over just 26 weeks. That is a massive, clinically meaningful drop. This chart just makes it crystal clear. You can see that huge drop in the Tesamorelin group down about 18%, while the placebo group barely budged. I mean, the data really speaks for itself here. It's consistent and it's powerful. And you know what? The benefits didn't just stop there. The trials showed a whole bunch of other positive changes. Lower triglycerides, a smaller waist circumference, and, really importantly, less fat in the liver. Plus, as long as people kept using it, the benefits stuck around. Now, numbers and charts are great for scientists, but what does all this data actually mean for the people living with this condition every day? Let's talk about the real-world human impact. This is where the story gets really powerful. Patients often see a noticeable drop in their belly size, which improves their overall body shape. And this isn't just about looks. It can reduce physical discomfort and the stigma that often comes with this condition, all on top of those great changes in their lab work. So you can imagine, for someone whose daily life, self-image, and just general comfort are affected by this, these changes are incredibly meaningful. This is a therapy that tackles both the dangerous internal problem and the challenging external one. All right, so finally, let's look to the future. Where does a targeted tool like this go from here? And what do we know about its safety and how it's managed over the long term? Well, thanks to those big trials, the safety profile is really well understood. The key benefits are balanced with known, manageable considerations. For instance, blood glucose is monitored, and just to be extra safe, it's not used in people with active cancer. It's a very pragmatic, evidence-based way of managing treatment. And beyond its current role, the future potential is just incredibly exciting. Researchers are now looking at it as a precision tool for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and even for broader metabolic risk reduction. I mean, the ability to selectively target one specific harmful type of fat, that opens up a whole world of possibilities. Which leaves us with a final, really powerful question to think about. We've now proven that we can target a specific depot of fat. So could this be the dawn of a whole new frontier in medicine, one where we manage our metabolic health with incredible targeted precision?